Hello and welcome back to the Conspiracy Nut Podcast. Before I start, I'd like to say thank you to a few users on YouTube. I'd mention your names and give you a little shout out, but one, nobody really watches my podcasts or listens to them, so what's the shout out really gonna do for you? And two, I can't be bothered to go on YouTube and find your name, so there you go. But seriously, thank you so much, because I got quite a few likes and comments on my first podcast, and that made me really happy. And I've submitted to iTunes as well, so I'll be really happy if it gets on iTunes. So thank you guys, keep liking and commenting and let me know what you think. And if you've got any conspiracy stories that you want me to have a look at, maybe take the piss out of a little, then let me know what they are in the comment description and I'll have a look. So the first article I found, and trust me, I found a lot. It's from everybody's favourite alternative news website, beforeitsnews.com, home of the craziest motherfuckers on earth. The title of this story is amazing. This is all in capitals, by the way, it doesn't really make sense. Planet X now, quotation mark, close to our sun, quotation mark. Time lapse, 12th of the 7th, 2015, second sun. Now I'm assuming that's the American way of reading dates, which is wrong, backwards, and just fucking stupid. So yeah, I'm assuming that means the 7th of December. Yeah, so second sun, Nibiru, wormwood of Bible prophecy, full stop. Well, Planet X is a proposed exoplanet, I think the name is, I'm assuming that's why it's called Planet X, that apparently is going to smash into the Earth one day. I think it was meant to happen in 1990, and then 1994, and then the year 2000, and then 2003, and then 2012. I think you'll find there's some sort of bit of repetition there, isn't there? That's because whenever something doesn't happen, conspiracy theorists get a little butthurt that they've been fucked by the fact that the conspiracies are stupid and never come true, and then they change the date. God help these poor motherfuckers if they try to plan a wedding. On to the story. This shows how close, in capitals, Planet X is to Earth! Exclamation mark. This guy's really excited to be writing about this shit. Planet X time-lapse video. See second video below. Why would you post two videos if only the second one's relevant? Very scary prophecy in Europe will begin in 2016. We'll read that one after as well because I didn't know about that. In this unique time-lapse video below, there's a first video which just shows Jupiter and its moons. I don't really see how that's relevant, but hey, I don't know, it might be, might not be. In the unique time-lapse video below, the photographer wanted to show the difference in the way the sun reflects on the planet's bodies behind the sun. I'll tell you right now, you can't see the video, but if you know what a lens flare is, it's a lens flare. Basically, point any camera at the sun, you get a little blob that moves around, it's called a lens flare, glare, whatever. Everybody knows what it is, that's all it is. But this guy thinks, oh my god, there's a little blob next to the sun when I take the photos, it must be a planet. And he even acknowledges it in this next sentence. Some call it a lens flare. He believes in his opinion. That's all that fucking matters on this website, isn't it? That is a reflection of the Planet X system seen behind the sun. It's now not just a planet, it's now a system. And then he goes on to talk about Barack Obama had a secret deal with Vladimir Putin. Next! The next article I'd like to tell you all about is again from my favourite fucking website on the internet, beforeitsnews.com. Seriously, visit it, it's amazing. It's a treasure trove of craziness and tomfoolery. So here's the title. Very scary prophecy for Europe will begin in 2016! Exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Somebody means this shit. Now the first thing that strikes me in this article is the image that's at the very top, which is basically a Russian looking woman taking a really big shit. I mean the look on her face, this thing is tearing her in two like a banana skin. Seriously. Give the leathery old bird a colonoscopy for God's sake. This woman, Vanga, the clairvoyant, is no longer with us. Well, she didn't see that coming, did she? But the thing she had to say before she left this earth, fine, this is the only earth, but will blow your fucking mind. It doesn't really say that, it just says will blow your mind. I think my version was slightly more exciting and less crazy. She was a very gifted woman. Damn right she was. The faces she could pull while she was taking a shit were unbelievable. People come from far and wide to see those faces. She was a very gifted woman that called 9/11 and the Thailand tsunami. I read recently that every day 5,000 more refugees are entering into Europe. BBC is saying it's more like 8,000 refugees a day. Shit, this is getting real. In Vanga right now, I'm so dumb I thought that was the woman's name. In Vanga right now, about Europe being eaten alive and spit back out as a wasteland. Holy shit, it's Fallout all over again. Maybe that's a conspiracy right there. I can only hope she is not 100% accurate. But it's not looking good for Europe. Wait, does it even say she predicted this shit? I'm pretty sure it just seems like this guy's like, psychic died. There's refugees. I think they might be linked. There's the sacred guys, black helicopters. Look it up. Bulgaria. She was from Bulgaria. Wow. She genuinely looks like she's wearing a chicken as a leotard. Bulgarian clairvoyant Vanga predicted that terrorists, the Arabic name of the Islamic State terrorist organization. Wait, what? Terrorist isn't the fucking... Surely a terrorist is a terrorist. Islamic State being called terrorist doesn't necessarily mean that she was talking about anybody who's a terrorist, surely. That makes no sense. Would seize Europe. This should happen in 2016, the Daily Mirror wrote. Wow. Daily Mirror, these are informative fucking sources we're getting to now. This is the deep shit. I'm scared black helicopters are going to pull up outside my window. The Daily Mail said that Vanga's prophecies about terrorists in Europe were horrifying, because it's a newspaper, they do shit like that. According to the clairvoyant, this is a quote by the way, I'm assuming so because it's in bold. According to the clairvoyant, Europe will cease to exist in its current form in 2016. How? Is a really fat fucking terrorist gonna eat Europe? What are they gonna do, paint Europe fucking blue? And then if anybody says from space, they're like, whoa, no, that's just the ocean, it's just blue, there's no Europe there anymore. These aren't the Europes you're looking for. That's gonna do for that story. She's crazy. Every single photograph of her looks like she's taking a massive shit. I don't understand. Please help. Next story! Can you guess what website this story's from? Could it be, is it a bird, is it a plane? Unfortunately, I would prefer both of those, but it is beforeitsnews.com. And what's the article about? Well, that's funny that you asked. Bigfoot secrets captured 2015. Wow, Bigfoot has been captured. There's a photograph of what looks like a rapist mugshot as the first image, so it's looking good so far. And it's got one of those videos, like as one of the first things in the article, where it's got a red square circling something. You know it's vague when they have to put red squares on the image to show you what it is. But yeah, I watched through this. I'll tell you about a little bit of the description in a second. But I watched through this documentary. It calls it a documentary, right? It's 14 minutes long. I've seen longer queues at a midget's pool table. Basically, to put it short, it's about a Southern American guy, not saying he's inbred, not saying he rapes people and makes them squeal like pigs, but it kinda makes himself out to be like that in the video, so hey, he's a Southern American guy that rapes people and makes them squeal like pigs and is inbred. So this guy's walking through a forest, and like suddenly you'll hear like a twig snap, like tsh! That's my twig snapping effect right there, I know, it's amazing. Don't get too carried away. And the guy gets really fucking excited, you can see his trousers slowly getting a little bulge in them. He's like, That's the Bigfoot. I hear a Bigfoot. Did you hear that, Mr. Cameraman? That's the Bigfoot. I don't know why it didn't sound like that, actually. And then the cameraman's like, yeah, I think that was the Bigfoot. And that was it, with a Bigfoot, I heard it. And then the guy, like, puts his hands like he's gonna do some sort of mating call around his mouth, and goes, sounds like he's trying to do an impression of the fucking puffin or something. Then suddenly he hears a bird in the distance, which I'm assuming was the same bird that snapped the twig, goes, tweet! He's like, did you hear that? That was a Bigfoot. It returned my mating call. And you can see his boners slowly getting bigger and bigger and like protruding out the front of his trousers. But it spends like 3 minutes going, did you hear that? That was a Bigfoot, wasn't it? Like, it was a fucking bird tweeting, but this guy's like, no, my hold-on detected it. It is a Bigfoot, I heard it. Honestly, it's absolutely crazy, it's hilarious. If Bigfoot really exists and people see it so often, why is it always recorded with cameras with the same resolution of the fucking potato? It doesn't make sense, use a proper camera. Even this documentary has blurry images of some guy dressed up in a black suit. Alright, so In an effort to extend this podcast, to make it a little bit longer, without dragging on with conspiracy stories, I thought I'd have a section where I look at something that I found on the internet that I think you guys are gonna fucking love. It's amazing. Now, I have heard about this before, and I'm not the first person to do this, but I found it interesting, so I'll just get straight to it and stop building it up and let you know what it is. There's a Twitter feed, well, a Twitter account we'll call it, called ScanBC, and to explain what this is, I'll read the description for you. It's really short, don't worry. ScanBC is BC's online radio scanning community, your source for raw, unfiltered, local breaking news. And it's from Canada. And you're thinking, dude, why would I want to hear crap that comes over a police scanner? Well, you beautiful bastards, you. Here's why. These are serious events that have happened in Canada, by the way, in BC. These are real events. I just want to state that. So first off, 13 hours ago, ScanBC. Hashtag sorry, hashtag RCMP. After responding to a residence after a caller heard someone knocking at her door. When she answered, nobody was there. Swear to God, that's an actual news story. How boring a place must Canada be if that's the kind of shit that the police officers have to deal with?
It's like, Bob. Like, what is it, Jeff? Bob, shit just got real. Bob, you're not gonna believe this shit. Get your fucking coat. I just got a distress call. A woman got a knock at the door. And you know what? Nobody was there.
And then he's like,
Jesus, Bob, it's days like this that makes me think there is no God.
it's just crazy, isn't it? Alright, so let's have a look at the next. North Vancouver. RCMPR responding to a McDonald's on Lynn Valley Road after a male came in and stole a tray of cookies. Wow. Can you imagine that shit? Sending the riot squad in? Like, get down! No, they're Canadian, aren't they?
Please, can you get down on the fucking ground now?
I don't know why Canadians sound like Apaches. Sorry about that. Racist.
You stole cookies. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to steal the cookies. Okay, be on your way now then.
I imagine that's how police debates go in Canada, because everyone's too polite, so they can't really get angry at each other. Hashtag Vancouver police are responding to the Canby pub. A female reports that she was hugging a homeless man when he stole her cell phone. Really? This is serious for two very distinct reasons. Her cell phone got stolen. And why was she hugging a homeless man? Is that the reason that there's so many homeless people in Canada, not enough hugs? I just can't imagine Canadian police getting angry at any civilian. It's not in their nature to get angry. Imagine they turned up at the pub and were like,
where is the homeless man then?
And I'm so sorry, I know Canadians don't sound like that, but that's all I know.
So where is this homeless cell phone stealing son of a bitch then?
And she's like, he's right over there.
Now sir, did you steal the cell phone? Yeah, I'm sorry I did. How did you get the cell phone, sir? I just wanted a hug. Well, he just wanted a hug. You should have expected it. Look at the fucking state of him. He's got bacon bits in his beard, for God's sake, lady. You don't go hugging homeless people unless you're expecting them to steal your cell phone. On your way now.
And there's some homeless guy walking out happy as fuck using his brand new iPhone 6. This will be the final ScanBC tweet that I'll read, and this is from December 9th. Hashtag North Vancouver. Hashtag RCMPR on scene with a 20-year-old male barricading himself in a bathroom because his parents wouldn't let him watch TV. Wow. Really? That's a little extreme and slightly disappointing at the same time. How did he barricade himself in the bathroom? I'd understand if he locked the door, but when it says barricading, everyone's like, no, Timmy, you're not watching TV. Like,
but Mum, I want to watch TV.
And then he storms off upstairs.
I hate you, Mum,
but he's Canadian, so
I hate you, Mum, but I love you too. I'm sorry about that.
Goes in the bathroom, gets nails out like in the zombie films, starts banging planks into the wall and tipping pianos and stuff up against the door. Barricades the windows up with hand towels and toilet seats. His mum tries getting in and he sprays her with fucking toilet duck in the eyes and shit.
It's like, Kevin, why won't you let me in? Why are you doing this to me, Kevin?
I am the king of the bathroom, mother. No, I think that one's a bit extreme. I am the king of the bathroom. And then, can you imagine the police turn up
now Kevin, you do understand that your mother was right, you can't watch TV at this time. I'm sorry guys, okay.
And he just takes it off the barricade and that's it, it's over because they're Canadian, they're too nice. They didn't really, the police turned up and
what are you saying there, son? What are you saying? What's that, son?
And like just the door opens just a smidgen, and you can like just see his face through the door. And like, now Kevin, why won't you open the door? That's not his voice, is it? And like, well Kevin, why won't you open the door then, son? Now Kevin, hand yourself over, son, you don't want to be a criminal here. We'll go and play some moose and hockey and have some maple syrup if you hand yourself over, son. And it's like, the door just opens that tiny bit and a face pops out. It's like, now son, you don't want to cause a bamboozle. And the door opens just a little bit more. I am the king of the bathroom. I don't know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I like that section. I thought it was very different. There you go, ScamBC and beforeitsnews.com. And unfortunately that's going to do for this episode, but I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe if you're on the YouTube channel, and leave a comment and let me know what you think. And if you've got any crazy articles that you'd like me to mention in the next podcast, hey, post them in the video description or in a comment and I'll have a look at them. I don't want to make the podcast too long because I don't want them to drag out, so I'm just making them a little bit longer every time and we'll see how it goes. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.